Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my Boxycharm product review for the month of February. Now back in February, I had not yet canceled my Boxycharm Premium, so I have stuff from my Boxycharm Premium and my base box. The thing is, I gave away some products this time around because I didn't feel like hoarding them, and to be honest, I didn't think I was going to get time to sit down and film this video. But I am getting time to sit down, so I will talk you through what I got in my boxes, and we will discuss my feelings on them and how I think Boxycharm is doing. So I'm going to start with the base box. So in the base box, I started with these. These are from Luxie, the one in the middle I've used. These are the complete sponge set, and this retailed for, I think, around $40. $40. Now, I wanted to love these so badly because I love Luxie brushes. They're my favorite brush brand, like, ever. The thing with this is they don't, I guess they're not porous enough. They're definitely not soft enough, because these don't retain that much water. Not that I want something that retains a lot, but okay, my Real Technique sponge, it's very soft and squishy, and these just are not as soft and squishy when they are filled with water. And even like this, I probably dampened like 25-30 minutes ago, it still feels like watery, like it still has water in it. This feels dry after a while. So foundations, I felt like went on super dry. I have very dry skin, so that's like the last thing I wanted. And I personally I just don't like how tough these are. Like, they were not my favorite sponges, so I only used the middle one, and I actually ended up throwing it out. I did not like it so much, so I'm gonna pass these two on to who perhaps has an oilier complexion than I do. Perhaps they would like it because it does go on pretty matte with those. It wasn't my favorite. It was pretty full coverage with the sponges because they didn't retain a lot of water. They didn't retain a lot of product as well, but it just was not something that I was into. Okay, the next item I'm going to be reviewing is from Tarte London. This is the Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder. It comes in this really cute tin. I've really never tried anything Tarte before. I think maybe a sample or something I got from Gen Beauty a few years ago. So this is my first time with their setting powder, and I've been on a hunt for, I guess, a good setting powder because my ride or die is my Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder, because it has half of it is water. So I feel like for me, who's really dry, like, that makes my under eyes not look super dry. I just feel very like awake and alive with that. So I was interested to try this powder, and I will say I probably didn't give it a fair enough shot for this review because I only used it in conjunction with the sponge. Like, I dip it in there and then set my face that way. But it honestly wasn't it wasn't that bad for that. Like, I didn't feel like it was overly drying. Like, I love Beauty Bakery. I used to love their flower powder, but it was way too drying for me. And this was just a little bit more hydrating than that. It does smell really good. I stuck my whole ass and nose in it for a video, and I like snorted a little bit of it, which I don't recommend that. But overall, I think this was an interesting product, and I will try to find sorry, my light's in and out because I'm using the sun. I will try to find some time to use this in another video and let you guys know how I feel about it. It's just really hard for me to part with something like my Set and Refresh powder when I know I love that, and to go into something that I'm on the fence about, you know what I mean? And that retailed for $22, which is actually a pretty good price for setting powder. I think I pay almost $40 for my Becca one. Okay, so the next thing, I'll put it up over here on the screen, I got, they were the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. They retailed for $17. I wanted to love these so much. I have been wanting to love First Aid Beauty forever, but I think the whole company just breaks me out. I was using their cleanser probably 2 or 3 months ago, and my face just could not handle it. Like, I've never broken out so bad. Like, I know I have some acne right now, but that is solely from stress. But I was pretty calm at this time, and I felt like I could not get over my acne. And then the moment I switched to my Kiehl's moisturizer, my Kiehl's cleanser, my acne kind of went away like that. So the same thing happened here. I used the facial radiance pad 3 or 4 times, and I noticed my skin was getting bumpy. Even though I did feel like they were very radiant, my face, it just was not good for me. So I don't think I'll be using anything else from the brand unless I get it in subscription boxes, because I really don't think the products are good for my skin type, which kind of sucks. But you know, you live and you learn, and I'm happy that I didn't have to purchase this on my own and figure that out, that I got it through Boxycharm. But that is my review on them. I hear a lot of people really love them, and I passed it on to a coworker who's been wanting to use some toner, so hopefully she enjoys them. Okay, the next thing I got into the box was this. This was from Becca, and this is the Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I have the shade Linen. So this is my first complexion product I got in Boxycharm, and I was really pumped about that. 24-hour foundations make me nervous because I'm a medium. I live in the medium skin world where like my acne still kind of peeks through and like my imperfections, and I have like a mole over here. I like to see my own skin. So it was interesting to get this, and I picked my own shade, which I really appreciated. They gave it to me. I got to pick my product, and then I got to pick the shade. So if it was a shade that didn't fit me, like that was on me, not on them. And this actually fits me like perfectly. So I guess like I am the fairest neutral shade out there. At first I didn't love this. At first I didn't like this at all, but I was using this in conjunction with these sponges, and this foundation is more of a matte finish than I typically go for. It's definitely not radiant, nor is it dewy. I feel like it's more of a satin matte finish. So add that along with the sponge that doesn't have any moisture, retain moisture, and I got such a dry, cakey finish. And I was wondering why, because it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It actually feels really nice on the skin. So I was like, man, like, is this the foundation or is this the sponge? So I started using it with my Real Technique sponge, which retains more water, and it definitely helped sheer it out a little bit because it was very full coverage, and it was like hard for me to handle because products definitely sit different on a face that is full coverage, different than medium and light coverage. So my products were going on way more pigmented. It was just like a whole different thing. But with this sponge and being able to sheer this out, I really like this product. I love that it fits me so well, and I think this is more of like a glam foundation for me. Like, this isn't an everyday foundation for me because it is so full coverage, but I really enjoyed it, and it made me like curious to test the other Becca foundation that seems like it's in a pump. That would seem way more like my Speed and Radiant. So I'm very excited to try that out. I want to tell you the price on this, but on the website it didn't even show it as an option. Let me look it up on Ulta, hold on. This retails for $44.99, but right now it's on sale through 21 Days of Beauty, so I don't know how long it's gonna be on sale for, but it's $30.80 right now. And the one I want to try is the Love Weightless Blur foundation. So I really enjoy this, and I'm so excited that Boxycharm is giving us complexion products, because the one product that like I've always wanted to try more of, but I'm afraid to purchase, is foundations, because I have one from Tarte that I bought last year, the Found Sealer, and I love that one, but I got shade matched in the store and it just is not my shade at all. So like my big fear is purchasing things that are not my shade, and I personally don't like to go back and be like, I want to return because this isn't my shade. I can't do that, so I'm just like mixing that in with another foundation to make it less yellow, but I don't know. I really enjoy this product. I think this was my favorite thing we got in the box last month. You go Boxycharm. Okay, so the last thing I got in my box, what am I doing? The last thing I got in my box last month was the Evo Skin Axe Aurora Refreshing Cleansing Hemp Wipes. These are biodegradable, and they're cannabis seed oil infused. Now this retailed for $9.50, which I feel like is a pretty good price point for a bag of wipes, especially ones that are decomposable. Biodegradable. These are biodegradable. The problem with these are they do not take off my makeup. I have been using them solely for like swatching, or if I'm like doing something on the back of my hand, I've been using these to wipe them away, because if I have even this much makeup, which is my like typical like medium coverage foundation look, it doesn't take off enough product. I feel like it leaves on all of my eye makeup. Like I really struggle to get my mascara off, and I don't with other wipes. And that really upsets me, because I really am looking for more sustainable ways. I'm going to buy the makeup eraser soon, because I just want to help the earth, and I know that these makeup wipes are not helping the earth. So I'm trying to do my part, and I was really excited for these, but they were just a bust for me. So that was the last product in the box, and I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that or the Luxie sponges. So that was my base box. I feel like for that month, I wasn't particularly excited for anything other than the foundation. And I feel like Boxycharm sometimes does this, where you're really excited for one thing, or like we have a really good month, and then you have like an eh month. So I think this was like an eh month, and this month we got last was really good. So I feel like it's kind of like that pattern to keep you up on it. So let's talk about premium, because that was the last premium box I got. Premium is expensive, and I was going through my finances the other day, and it just became very clear to me that I couldn't keep everything that I had. So in an effort to quell some of my financial struggles, I decided to get rid of my premium box. And I was thinking about it, and The only reason I wanted to keep it was because it was Fenty this month, but I was looking at the Fenty products and I wasn't in love with really any of them. Like, I think the thing I was most upset for not getting is the matchstick and their lipstick. But I was like, honestly, like, I should just buy them then, you know. I feel like I would waste some of the products, and it just didn't excite me the way I thought it was going to, which is kind of the theme of premium for me. There are some months, I think I got 3 months of it. The second month I was enthralled with everything I got. And then this month I was kind of like, okay. And the first month I was kind of like, not even into it at all. So it just didn't feel like something that I would take on the financial burden for. So this is the products I got in that box. The first thing was from Guill Recipe. This is the Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist, and this retailed for $28. This was like a theme for the first 3 Boxycharm premiums. We got the moisturizer, we got the overnight mask, and then we got this. They're all watermelon, so I guess we're doing a watermelon theme. I really, really like this. I use this before makeup on days when I'm wearing makeup or on days when I'm wearing no makeup. It is just the really good, like, wake up kind of mist. It's super fine and it smells just like watermelon. I don't think I'll repurchase this though when it goes out. I like it, but I personally like the Mario Badescu spray a little bit more, and it's half the price and like double the size. This was nice though, and like I was pretty excited to get this in my premium box, and I do love the way it smells, and I love the mist on this is incredible, and it really just does fill my face with like this nice soft moisture and like really preps it for everything that is coming. So I really enjoyed that, and that was pretty good in my premium box. The other thing, and the thing I was like the most excited for in this premium box, was this. This is an Hourglass Blush. I got the shade a Dim Infusion, and it looks like this. I have been an admirer of Hourglass for years, but it's something that is like a luxury brand. Like, this is $40, and that's something I cannot afford in my everyday life. Instead, I'd rather go to ColourPop and get like 8 things for $40 rather than 1 blush for $40. So I was very, very, very excited to get this, and I think it definitely lives up to the hype. Like, I genuinely love this blush, and I feel like it's one that I just keep gravitating toward on days when I don't know what to put on my face. Blush and me have never been like simpatico. We always kind of fight. I either love blush or I hate it. I either want it all on my face or I don't want any on my face. But this blush really made me change. It is something you can build up. It's not a super pigmented blush right off the bat, which I enjoy so much. And I feel like it just gives the cheeks a healthy glow. It's not shimmery, but it's like almost a satin. It doesn't look completely matte, so it gives it a little bit of dimension, a little bit of life. And I personally love this shade. It's a perfect everyday shade for me. Even if it was a little peachier than I like, it was incredible. And I think this is my favorite thing I got in premium last month. So the next thing we got was from Tarte. This is the Base Tape hydrating primer. I've actually had this in my cart for a while. I've been struggling with what to do with Tarte because they used to be my favorite brand of all time. They're the first eyeshadow palette I bought, the first foundation I bought the wrong kind of foundation for myself, but it was the first of a lot of things, and I just loved and had so much love for this brand. And then the Shape Tape foundation scandal came out, and I really find it hard to support this company, so I have not purchased anything from Tarte since then. Even mascaras, which really sucks because they had my favorite mascaras, but I have recovered from that and I found some other really good mascaras. So this has been in my cart, but I haven't purchased it because I don't feel comfortable supporting the brand like that. But I was excited to get it in my Boxycharm because then I'm not technically purchasing it for myself and I still get to try it out. So this retails for $30, and this reminds me so much of the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. It has the same coconutty scent, which I really enjoy. It has the same consistency, like this white, thick consistency, and it feels the same when it glides on the face. This might be a little bit tackier than the Too Faced one, but it is so reminiscent of that, and I actually threw out my Too Faced primer halfway through because I just didn't think it hydrated my face enough. And I feel like for a matte foundation, this would not hydrate my face nearly enough, but I feel like for my medium coverage foundation, my stick foundations, like this is fine. And I actually have been reaching for it because I did run out of a primer that was hydrating, and I love hydrating primers. So I'm genuinely impressed by this product, but I do not purchase Tarte on my own, so I will not repurchase this when I go out of it. I will just use it up right now because I do have the opportunity through Boxycharm to use it, and I'm going to do that. Oh, okay, so I'm going to put this up here too. I had the Fattah Fattah? F-A-C-C-I-A. How would you pronounce that? Fattah. I feel like it's like a Fattah, but then it would have like an acento or something. Anyway, this was the 24 karat gold foil moisturizing cream. This retailed for $100, and this is from a brand that's relatively unknown. I think it's brand new as a company, and people were having a lot of problems with this, I think because of where they manufactured it. Maybe it's not cruelty free, I don't know. But I didn't think about that when I was using it. What irritated me about this product was it felt like hair gel. Like, I personally felt like I was putting hair gel onto my face, and then when you blended it out, like when you like pressed it into the skin, I still feel like it didn't do much. Like, for a moisturizer, the only draw of this product was that it had, I guess, 24 karat gold in it, gold flecks, which was cool. Like, it was luxe and it looked luxurious, but it's not something I would reach for ever again. So I used the smallest bit, and I used a spatula for it for a video on Instagram, and then I gave this one away because it was just not something that I was into. Perhaps if people have oilier skin types and they don't need as much moisture, they really enjoy this, but I personally could not enjoy it, and I just don't like the idea of putting hairspray, well, basically hair gel on my face. So I gave that one away, and on here it only has a 3 stars, which is quite not typical, like atypical for Boxycharm. Okay, and the last product I got in my box was from Korres. This is the Violet Body Butter, and this retails for $32. Now, I had talked about this when I unboxed this. I had gotten something from Korres through Boxy Pop Up because I have really dry skin, and I've always been looking for body butters to use. And I didn't like it the first time I used it. I still feel like for something that's supposed to smell like violet, this smells like straight up baby powder. I personally like the smell of baby powder, but it smells like straight up baby powder. There's no violet scent in it, and the thing I got, I think, was like vanilla, and it smelled just like baby powder. So I wasn't super into that. Using this a second time, because I did run out of my Bath & Body Works thing and I had to use this. Using this time around, I realized I was putting way too much product on, and that's why I wasn't enjoying it as much. This is a very thin product, and it's very elastic. Like, if you put a little bit on the back of your hand, like, it will go all and up your arm. Like, you don't need a whole lot of this moisturizer to go around, and you really have to work it into the skin, or else it will leave this kind of white cast where the moisturizer is still not worked into the skin. So it is a little tricky, but personally, using it this time, I have found a real love for it, and I have been reaching for it over my Bath & Body Works products, which is different. This is something I thought I would say. I genuinely enjoy the scent, and I just think it does a great job of moisturizing my legs and my arms, which are super dry, especially around this time of year. So I really ended up enjoying this product a lot. So, like, that's why I like Boxycharm, because it's things you didn't think you would enjoy, you know? Okay, so that is my review for all the products I got from last month, which is, again, February, since this is March, and it's probably going up next week, which is like the end of March. So I will try to post a Boxycharm review for this month's box, which is March next month. I just want to make sure I get a chance to try out all the products in there so I can give you a full review. And again, if I give products away, I'm going to state that, because I cannot give a review on those products I gave away. They either did not work for me, or they just were not my cup of tea. And I rather give them to someone who could use them more than I can and would enjoy them more than I can. That's just my philosophy on things. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite product in your Boxycharm box was, and let me know why. If you like that that gold moisturizer, let me know why you like it, and if you have oily or dry skin. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!